On your article, the sun rises again on Weber State's football program. It just shows you culture matters. Culture matters. Mickey Mantle, the toxic cancer. The worst coach in the history of this school, any sport, bar none. That's saying a lot. I didn't think anyone could pass Jody Sears. Jody Sears could be one of the worst coaches in the history of sport in this country. I didn't think it could be passed. So you got Jay Hill, the best in the history of this school. On each bookend, you got Mickey Mantle was who hired this guy? And this, somehow they have it in their head that they hired from within. They didn't hire from fucking within. He came from the Midwest. He was a high school fucking, coach in fucking Ohio. This was so corrupt and so dirty, the hiring of this guy. This guy is so far in over, and anybody that ever hires that guy, even at a junior high, is fools. That is the worst coach I've ever seen in my life. Toxic from hell. What he did to players, my personal belief is when he got here, early on, he decided he didn't like it here. He's degenerate. And he went to work in destroying this program. That was his agenda. I truly believe it. It's kind of like the school business. When Ann Milner did that, I think that was her agenda. Well, I know it was. To take the number one school business in the country and rip it to shreds. That's what he did. I want to say hats off to Brent Myers, who's always been a great coach, who should have been the head coach here then. That's what they're going to hire from within. Why didn't they hire from within? They did not hire from within. And I've said this the whole time. You got to realize that the vast majority of these players, Mickey Mantle didn't recruit any of them. Jay Hill and his assistants. Coach Conley's play calling was beautiful yesterday. He's a great coach and a great coach. Their assistants are all very, 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 very good coaches. Very good. Brent Myers is a great coach. And the MVPs list, fuck. That offensive line was so outstanding, it was unbelievable. And they're all back next year. They only had one. Ortega's the only graduation. And how good did they play? If Boogie Sylvester or Godley was playing in this game, they would have set school records. I talked to Spencer Ferguson after the game. He says, God, they blew holes so wide open for me. Conley could see what was working. Tisdale didn't have... Kingston did not have some mega super game. No, but they played calls to keep him in his game. And what Mickey Mantle did to Dijon Jennings, what he did to Jackson Gilkey, what he did to Dylan Gutierrez, what he did to Tiger Adolfo is criminal. It's criminal. He was degenerate from the get. I'd never seen a person like this. And I want to say this too, the basketball, oh God, another toxic culture, but that was one hell of a game last night. The kid that lit him up is the same kid that a young man that lit him up. He played at Northern Colorado, played at UTR. That game was epic. And boy, does Weber State have players, but does that matter around here anymore? Well, ask Dylan Jones, ask Damian Lillard. The Randy Ray tree needs to go. Should have went a long time ago. I mean, they couldn't. You could take the 1983 Philadelphia 76ers and put on that floor, and they would not win. It's a culture. And I want to say this: Brad Bootlicker Mortensen, and this is everybody. He's the nicest guy, he stabbed me in the back. Just remember, Brad Mortensen. You think it's coincidence they fired Mickey Mantle the day after Brad Mortensen left? It's no coincidence. He was protecting him. Why? I don't know. I mean, some weird... The whole hire. What is their obsession with these guys from the Midwest? Duff sucks. Basketball. Football, Mickey Mantle... Oh, my God. If you came in and took the 7th-ranked team in the country with the likes of Jack Kelly, with the likes of Winston Reed on the field, ranked 7th in the country, and your agenda was to rip it to shreds and destroy it, you could not do a better job. I honestly believe he was losing on purpose. And a lot of the hardcore fans around here, I've talked to them, they believe the same thing. He wanted that buyout. He wanted the contract buyout, take the money and run. What a piece of, oh my God. Gone. And I want to say this. They didn't hire from within. That's the problem. They had a Jay Hill great program. Why did not they hire from within the Jay Hill? I mean, you got something that ain't broke, you don't fix it. They did not hire. Brent Myers should have been the head coach back then. Brent Myers is one great coach. And he's just a winner all the way around. This team is what they should have been the whole time. This team is loaded with talent. You know, that NAU team was no slouch. That NAU team was on the bubble fighting again, and they blew them out. I mean, the score's not even indicative. I mean, this is the team that it should have been because you had Conley calling the plays. You know? And like I said, quarterback didn't have no great game. That offensive line sure the hell did, and that defense sure the hell did. They had more sacks in this game than they had their entire season combined. Why? Because they were happy. You take college athletes that are unhappy in the Mickey Mantle culture. I mean, his preacher he brings a preacher in here. Come on, in Utah. He brings an evangelical preacher in here every game and stands up and, pray and, oh my fucking God. These Midwest fucking Ohio fucking guys, fucking go back home, man. Take Duff with you. What is wrong with our culture? What is wrong with Ogden, Utah? Go ask Wamasaka. Go ask, what's wrong? Jimmy DeGraffiti. All these locals. What's wrong with our locals? Jamie Martin. I'll go with the Jamie Martin coach. Eric Kerr. Oh, I'll go with Eric Kerr. Brent Myers. I'll go with Brent. Conley. I'll go with Conley, head coach. Fuck, they'll win. They'll do nothing but win. I don't think people realize what the state of Utah's turned into. The state of Utah is the new Texas. They don't need to go all over freaking recruit. You know what kind of football players we have here? Go ask Eric Kerr. What has he got? 6 guys in the NFL? Including Jackson Dart, local here? This is the new Texas, Utah high school football, I'm telling you. Mickey Mantle was pitiful, and so my hat's off to that offensive line. And they're God, what a player. All of them. I mean, what a group. They were so outstanding, it was unbelievable. I knew that they had players all year. I knew it. I mean, I go to practice every day. Like I said, a Boogie, well, if Godley was playing, he probably would have set the school record for most yards in a game. That offensive line was just blowing them away. And Conley's play calling was beautiful. I mean, he saw what was working. Mickey Mantle was the opposite. Well, he was horrific. The guy's a clown. Well, he's a degenerate. And think about this. Who's the people that hired him? Who's the people in charge here? The athletic department? They need to all go. I can't believe they're even still here. The basketball program, fuck. You know what kind of athletes come to Weber State and they can't win? Jody Sears was one of the worst coaches in the history of sport. He destroyed so many young men's lives. It's criminal. I didn't think it ever could be passed. And I had so much hope for Jay Hill because I was full of cancer then, I was full of leukemia, and I knew what they did to our school business when I was the guy running the show over there. Number one, they ripped to shreds. It's heartbreaking. I'm born and raised here. And Jay Hill gave me so much hope because he turned. I'm like, it's possible. This Titanic can be turned around. I watched Jay Hill do it in the football. I mean, culturally, just remember what Brad Mortensen did, what he did to the athletic department here. Just think what he did to the education. This was started as an education school. We don't even have an education department anymore. And it doesn't matter about your opinion. Oh, he's the nicest guy. Passive aggressive. You can have him at Utah State. He destroyed the liberal arts departments here. I mean, he even tore the coffee shop out of the freaking beautiful freaking art building over there. We have no education. I mean, they spent $10-15 million on the new education building to get rid of the education. That's bootlicker Brad. Backstabber Brad. Hire from within. Oh, we can't do that. Number one, Weber State Athletic Department has no money. Oh, Lord's going to say, okay. They have no money. I was inside the legislature when they had the budget cuts going on, and they were grilling Brad Mortensen. The number one department that bleeds more money than any department here by 10 million times, the athletic department. Basketball used to feed football. Football used to feed basketball. Got nothing. They got nothing. They're bleeding so much money, it's unbelievable. Yet, the people that run the show, reward for failure. Kind of like the school business over there. Reward for failure. That school business is a clown circus. So you go from Clyde Cooley, the #1 school business in the country beating Oregon, to this. Well, can it be turned around? Well, Jay Hill sure the fuck did it. They have tons of great talent on this team. Tons. And I knew that the whole time. They have great assistant coaches, A to Z. There's not one bad assistant. Not one. Great assistants. But Mickey Mantle was a freaking... He ran the show, wouldn't let him do... I mean, he was a control freak, and he was a moron. I mean, the guy was absolutely pitiful. I wouldn't hire him at a junior high school. Honestly. Pitiful. Boy, degenerate. I think that was his agenda. You know, so... What's wrong? You hate your own people? Here in Audrey? Oh, ask Vaughn Brody. Ask Watt Masaka. The fact that Watt Masaka's number's not hanging in the rafters of the defense center is beyond disgusting. Ever says, oh, a guy told me Damian Lillard's the most famous alumni here, and I says, no, he's not. Not even close. Vaughn McKay Brody's the most famous alumni here, and second is Watt Masaka. Look what they did to Trevon Smith. Congratulations, you guys. It says a lot about these young men's character, I'll tell you that. It says so much about these young men's character. Will Way, Ortega, freaking all these guys on that offensive line were so outstanding. It was unbelievable. And it just shows you culture matters. Happy football players win. So, congratulations to Coach Myers. That's what I knew this team was the whole year. They should have been. It starts at the top. You know, I hope Jamie Martin sticks around. I hope Coach Conley sticks around. I hope all these assistants stick around. I hope a lot of these young players stick around because we are loaded with talent. You know, we'll get Boogie and Godley both back next year. Got a bunch of, I don't know. We'll see, right? And, you know, everybody say, oh, God, it's the money. No, it's not. Like all Jay Hill's players stayed here all 4 years. Ask Rashid Shaheed. Ask Dylan Jones. Dylan Jones got offered hundreds of thousands of dollars. He stayed. You know. Oh, you can't hire from within. Why? Why? You did not hire from within. Mickey Mantle, he was here 1 year's working for... I don't even know where they found this moron. And then they name him head coach. I don't know. And I said it that day. Are you crazy? This guy has no experience. This guy's pitiful. And he was pitiful. He was a joke. Absolute joke. You know, and so the basketball program over there, and, you know, don't get me wrong. I like a lot of those coaches. I like things, but it's the culture. It's the system that they run. And if you don't believe me, you're not paying attention. The quality of players they have at Weber State? Oh, fuck. Young men love it here. Well, what's not to love? So, anyway, congratulations, Coach Myers. I mean, that was one of the best wins this school's had in many, 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 many years. Many years. And so I knew they were. So, good riddance, Mental. Hope he never comes back. You know, I wish he'd take that other Midwest guy in the basketball program with him. You know, degenerates. And the athletic department, it needs to be cleaned house. I mean, good riddance, bootlicker Brad Mortensen. Good riddance. You know, he betrayed me. I mean, good riddance. You know, hopefully we can turn this Titanic around. They had a pretty decent crowd, too, here yesterday. Why? I'll tell you why. Because they knew Mental was gone. I know so many people that says, I will never come to a game as long as Mickey Mental's still the coach. I know the same thing over at basketball. They say the same thing. Well, until this AD's gone, he's going to hang on. We're not coming. Well, he left. They came. Had a pretty decent crowd. What a great game. So, congratulations. Shows a lot about you young men's character. I mean, they could have laid down, and they didn't. It says a lot about Brent Myers. It says a lot about all these assistant coaches. I remember Brent Myers' interview with Archie. By the way, why is there not patches on our basketball and football uniforms for Steve, the greatest play-by-play freaking guy in the history of the state of Utah besides Hot Rod Hundley, was tragically killed in a car wreck? Ours. They don't do nothing for... I mean, what does it matter with these fucking people? Well, I just told you, they're degenerate. School business is degenerate. The football, I mean, it starts at the top. Don't hire from within. Why? Why? You know, I'll go for Eric Kerr. I mean, Eric Kerr could get millions any place he wanted right now, but his son plays here. I mean, I think it's such a great opportunity. Jamie Martin, I'll go for it. Coach Myers, I'll go for it. Coach Conley, I'm for any one of them. I mean, they did not hire from within last time. And it just shows you. You get rid of the cancer that's running the thing. So, congratulations to you guys. What a big win. But, by the way, Weber State lost a heartbreaker in basketball last night. His toe was on the three-point line or went to OT, but I don't know. That's what they do. That's what they've done for 20 years with this freaking coaching tree. So, not football. From bookends, Jody Sears, Mickey Mantle. In between, the greatest coach in the history of this school. Jay Hill will hire one of his guys. Well, they're all here. Stand tuned.